Welcome to this fourth session on computer networks. Let us recap. In the previous session, we talked about what is layered design, what are the benefits of layering, and we also started OSI reference model. And as you know now that there are 7 layers in OSI model. So today we will start with the topmost layer, and that layer is application layer. So this is our objective. The objective is to study about application layer. Now you know that every layer provides services to the layer above it. That is, that suppose in our case this is application layer. Below application layer, we have presentation layer. So we can say that presentation layer provides services to application layer. And application layer, it provides services to applications. And on our computer, various applications are running. For example, web browser is an application. An email client like Outlook, it is an application. Specialized FTP clients like FileZilla, it is an application. So application layer is providing services to applications. So for the sake of completeness, for example, browser, email client, FileZilla, these are all examples of applications. And these applications are using services of application layer. So, study of application layer, it means the study of services which are provided by application layer. As you can see here that it is written that it should support these 4 services. It should provide these services to applications which are running above it. In other words, we can say that application layer should have mechanisms, algorithms or protocols which make these 4 things possible. So first service is network virtual terminal. Second one is file transfer. Third one is email service. Fourth one is directory service. Now what is network virtual terminal? So to explain NVT, we will take an example. Suppose, as usual, I will name this as internet. This machine we will name as D, and this is named as S for source, D for destination. Suppose person P1 or person 1 is sitting at source machine S, and person 2 is sitting at destination machine D. Let me make a correction. There is no need of talking about person right now. Let us remove this. Let us say that on this machine S, operating system Windows is installed, and on this machine D, operating system Linux is installed. Now, we assume that a student is sitting at machine S and he wants to learn and practice various Linux commands. Certainly, he cannot practice Linux commands on machine S because Windows operating system is available. What he can do is he can make a remote login. He can make a remote login to this destination machine D, and then the commands that he types are sent from S to D. The commands are executed here, and then the reply or output is sent back to S. So we can represent it in this way, that from S to D, commands, in this case Linux commands, are going, the command is executed, and then the output of the command goes back to machine S. So this is an example of remote login or network virtual terminal. The meaning of term virtual is that the person is sitting at machine S. So physically he is using or he is logged in Windows operating system, but virtually he has logged into Linux operating system, which is at a remote machine. When we will talk about TCP/IP protocol stack, we will talk about specific protocol. That protocol is known as Telnet, Terminal Network, which implements all these functionalities. Using Telnet utility, you can log in from your machine to a remote machine, and then what you can type commands on your machine, they will be executed on the remote machine. The other service that application layer should support is file management. This one we have already covered. First one, now we will talk at file transfer. Now the problem is different. We assume, let me redraw the same figure so that you can clearly understand what do I mean by file transfer. So we have same thing, we have internet, we have a machine D connected to internet, we have machine S which is also connected to internet, and now the problem is that we want to transfer some files from machine D to machine S. Now I can say that person 1 is using machine S and person 2 is using machine D, and person 2 has some files which are useful to person 1, and so we want to transfer those files from person 2 to person 1 or from machine D to machine S. So this is known as file transfer. In the previous case, this one, we are not transferring files, but we are transferring commands and their outputs. So it is a different problem. Here the problem is that we want to transfer entire file. So application layer should have algorithms or protocols which makes this file transfer possible. And as I told for Telnet or for NVT, when we will study TCP/IP protocol stack, we will look at a specific protocol which makes this file transfer possible, and that protocol is FTP. So OSI model is saying that application layer should have services to provide NVT, it should have algorithms to provide or to implement file transfer. The third thing is email service. I need not explain what is email service because nowadays everyone uses email. But as I have said again and again, that application layer should have protocols which makes exchange, or I can say sending and receiving of emails possible. And there are protocols like SMTP, POP, IMAP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, Post Office Protocol, Internet Mail Access Protocol. These are the three protocols which implement email service. Remember that OSI model does not mention anything about protocols. OSI model is just like a guideline saying that this layer should do this, this, this. It does not tell how it should be done. TCP/IP model explains protocols in detail, that is, how exactly mail transfer or file transfer is implemented. The fourth service is directory service. Now, what a directory means, a telephone directory, it is a table with two columns. You know person's name, then you can search directory to find his phone number. This is how we use a telephone directory. Whenever we want to call someone, we search his number in telephone directory. We know the name, so directory is alphabetically sorted. We search for his name, and against his name his telephone number is written. So this is how we use directory in real world. In computers world or in computer networks, directory has similar purpose. We need to convert name of a website to IP address, and for that we need a protocol that is known as DNS, domain name service, and we can say that it is a kind of directory service. The fifth one, which is not listed here but it is the most important, application layer should have algorithms to make web surfing possible, and there is a protocol, well-known protocol, HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It makes web surfing possible. So this is all about application layer. In the next class, we will talk about the second layer, and that layer is presentation layer. Thank you.